Did you know that your sunscreen can be doing real damage to our oceans? When we're diving on coral reefs, the chemicals that we wear on our skin can actually be doing measurable damage to the ecosystem around us. Now, trying to navigate what is actually safe for coral can be a daunting task. Trusted by dive pros around the world, Stream to Sea is a brand made by divers for divers, and it has become the most trusted sunscreen and body care brand for those looking to explore our coral oceans. Today, I would like to do a deep dive into Stream to Sea's entire product line. But before we dive into Stream to Sea, let me introduce myself. My name is Larry from Channel Island Scuba. Whether you're thinking about starting your open water course, or you're an experienced diver just looking to level up your knowledge base, we are the community of divers asking the same questions that you are, and hopefully we're going to find the answers all together. If this is your first time joining us, thank you so much for checking us out. And as always, a very special thank you to all of our returning divers. If the information we discuss on this video is of value to you, please like the video. And if you want some more, subscribe to our channel. That really does go a long way to help other divers find us so that we can hopefully add some value to their dives as well. Awesome. With that, let's begin our deep dive into Stream to Sea's entire product line. So let's start off with Stream to Sea's flagship sunscreen. It's their first product that they ever launched, which is their water sport sunscreen. The water sport sunscreen comes in a few different lines. It can come in SPF 30 or SPF 20. It can come tinted or just the plain white. It is your traditional zinc sunscreen. What that means is putting it on your skin is very different from the way that you would do it on any traditional sunscreen. So what I mean by that is when you take your zinc sunscreen, you don't want to just put a whole glob in your hand, rub it around, and then just rub it all over your body. You'll end up looking like a clown, a really pasty white coverage. Instead, what you want to do, put a little glob, just a little something, and you're going to put these spots all over your body, everywhere you want it to go. And you're just going to rub it in that one spot. Now we can see with that water sport sunscreen, it does leave a very white paste over the top of it. You are going to have that white pasty look the whole time. It works really, really well, but there's a kind of look to it. If you want to get rid of that look, you can go with one of their tinted sunscreens. The tinted sunscreen will have, let me get a little bit more there. It still covers the skin in the exact same way, but it's going to go on a lot more skin tone color. So still leaves that little residue over the top of your skin. What I personally use is their new Everyday Sunscreen line. The Everyday Sunscreen line appears to rub in a little bit more like your traditional sunscreen does. Now it's still zinc based. So zinc based sunscreens will never truly rub into your skin. They're always leaving a film layer over the top. What's really cool about the Everyday Sunscreen is their SPF. They call it SPF 45, but there's technically no such thing as SPF 45. The way it works is when it's on your skin dry, it's an SPF 40. When it gets wet, it actually physically absorbs some of those water molecules and it turns into an SPF 50. Now the overseeing entity of SPF, when they tested this, didn't know what to make of it. They're like, we've literally never seen this before. So they put SPF 45 because it technically jumps between the two. Now, putting it on your skin is the same way you would put the water sport line. Put a little dab on there and then rub it on in. Now it starts off that pretty pasty white, but if you keep rubbing it, you'll notice it actually ends up going on a lot more clear than that original white. So our original water sport and our everyday goes on a lot more clear. It also comes in a tinted if you really want to have that true skin tone color. Or a really cool one they have is their shimmer line. So if you like to wear the body glitter, this is something that allows you to have that body glitter too while still being reef safe, which is pretty cool. Right? They also have their sport sunscreen tins. The tins is more of like a paste. You just grab a little bit of that paste, a little bit less. Find a spot that you want it, and you just rub it on in. I find the paste goes on a little bit more clear than the water sport line does, and I get to avoid the plastic waste by using a metal tin instead. They also have their Eco Sticks, small, travel friendly. It is the same thing that's in their sport sunscreen tins, but a little bit more travel friendly. You can just kind of rub it on your skin. I use this one actually personally for my face, right? So I have that in my Save a Dive kit. If I forget my everyday sunscreen, which happens all the time, I pull the stick out and just put it on my face, keep it really easy. So we can kind of see the big difference between our 4 that we just tried. And then Stream to Sea's newest sunscreen. And we are so excited about the launch of this product. It was launched only a few months ago from time of taping right now. It is their Coral Care sunscreen. The Coral Care sunscreen is their first ever Reef positive sunscreen. So it actually contains coral food essentially that'll help to grow the coral. So we're not just leaving the coral as good as we found it, we're actually doing positive to the coral, which is very, very exciting. With the launch of this, they started something called their RPF, their Reef Protection Factor. This is meant to be a correlation to, or not correlation, but similar to the SPF, right? So your SPF is for how much it protects you. The RPF is how much it protects our reef. Something that they're hoping will catch on to other brands. With the Coral Care, again, you're putting it on, oh, that's way too much. You're putting it on just like you would any of the other zinc-based, a little dab, then let it rub on. I put way too much, so that's gonna be super white and pasty. But it is very similar to their water sport, where it's gonna leave that really strong white coating to it. So you would wanna do a lot less than what I just did, because that's gonna leave me super white. Yeah, but it's a very, very exciting product launch. Very exciting product launch. Now getting into Stream to Sea's more miscellaneous line. They have their mask prep kit and defog kit. I did a whole video already on how to prep your mask. You can take a look at that. But they do have a full reef safe defog, which I absolutely love. We also have just their full bottle of mask defog. One thing I love that they did for us, they were able to get us our branding on it, which I just think is super cool. But it is Stream to Sea's product. It is a reef safe mask defog, which is awesome. They have chapstick, because who doesn't love chapstick? It is a reef safe chapstick. They have 2 different lines of chapstick, each with a few different flavors on them. They have their just straight up chapstick, and then they of course have chapstick with SPF on it. Their SPF chapstick is a zinc based, so it will leave like a colored residue on your lips if you're gonna use that. A little bit goes a long way for that chapstick. They have their, which is fairly new, their ear rinse. Their ear rinse is very similar to your ear beer. If you're familiar with ear beer, that's a vinegar, alcohol, hydrogen peroxide mixture. With their water sport ear rinse, it is essentially just alcohol, vinegar, oregano leaf oil, and lavender oil. So those extra oils do a lot for soothing your ear. I switched off of just your straight up ear beer to this, and I have found as a preventative for ear infections, it is amazing. Now, once you have an ear infection, it really doesn't do anything. At that point, you gotta go to your doctor, you gotta get a prescription. But for prevention, it's awesome. Okay. Stream to Sea has a fairly large line of body lotions. One thing that I use every day is their active hand cream. Absolutely love that active hand cream. It's just really good for those calluses. It's a very nourishing hand cream, and of course, reef safe. One of their new product lines is their active foot cream. The active foot cream is really designed around people who have waterlogged feet often. And if you're prone to that trench foot, the foot cream does amazing for that. I personally started using the foot cream when it was launched. Being in the water as often as I am, peak season, 5 to 7 days a week, my feet can get pretty waterlogged. And this helped prevent me from getting that, the trench foot that I would typically get at least once a season, which I absolutely love. Another thing they came out with is their shimmer body lotion. Right? Now that shimmer is in a lot of their different lines. They have it in some of their sunscreens, they have it in their body lotion. What's cool about the shimmer, if you're someone who likes to have the glitter on your skin, this is a truly environmentally friendly shimmer. Most of that body glitter you wear is actually microplastics. And the microplastics get into our ocean and never go anywhere. Even your environmentally friendly ones still contain up to 10% microplastics. Stream to Sea uses, I believe it's a quartz sand. That quartz sand has that really strong reflectiveness to it, and eventually when it washes off your skin, you're truly just putting sand back into the ocean. No harm done. It does leave a fairly nice shimmer to it. Woo! That came out really strong. Really, we'll just rub that in all over. I don't know how well this is going to come up on screen, but oh yeah, I am super glittery. I can see it. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, that's super glittery. That's going to get absolutely everywhere. Awesome. Okay. They of course have their flagship body lotion, which is just a good, solid, all-around body lotion. Of course, reef safe like everything else. Let's see, moving into some of their after sun products, they have their Sun and Sting Soothing Gel, and they have their Aloe Vera Gel. So the big difference between your Aloe Vera Gel and the Sun and Sting Soothing Gel is that the Sun and Sting Soothing Gel also contains a lot of essential oils like peppermint oil, lavender oil, tea tree oil, cinnamon oil. So that's going to do a lot for extra soothing, where the Aloe Vera Gel is just a true straight up aloe vera gel. About a year ago, I had a pretty gnarly burn, and I'll say the only thing that got me through it was that Sun and Sting Gel. Those essential oils were just amazing. All right. Another product that I'm a massive fan of is their shampoo and body wash. This is something anytime I'm traveling to a coral reef area, I'm going to switch my shampoo and my body wash to the Stream to Sea one. It's very soothing, very conditioning. Also in the shop, we actually use this as our hand soap. So if you ever are in the bathroom here, we are actually using Stream to Sea shampoo and body wash as our hand soap, which is kind of cool. I use it literally every day because of that, and my hands are super soft from using this as just a regular soap. Another product that I use very regularly is the leave-in conditioner. The leave-in conditioner is great as any other leave-in conditioner for detangling your hair after being in salt water all day. It works really, really well, has an awesome scent to it. But where I personally use it all the time is in my open cell wetsuit. So as you freedivers know, you have to use some kind of a suit lube to get into your wetsuit. I use the Stream to Sea leave-in conditioner. I put a little dab in like a whole bottle of water, shake it around, and just dump that in there. That's pretty common to use conditioners for that reason. But anything I've used in the past has always left me feeling irritated on the skin. Sometimes I'll even get hives and break out. The leave-in conditioner, anytime I've used it, my skin just feels so good afterwards. I never break out using it. It is just such an awesome product. All right. Coral bleaching is still a massive ecological emergency. As tourists in these underwater cities, it is our duty to leave the reef as good, if not better than we found it. Stream to Sea is a brand on the front lines of protecting and rebuilding our coral. With products like their Coral Care Sunscreen, we can do our part in ensuring the next generation of divers will have an even healthier reef than we do. But let me know your thoughts on this down below. What is your favorite Stream to Sea product? I'd also love to hear what kind of non-traditional ways you use Stream to Sea, like how I use their leave-in conditioner as wetsuit lube. As always, I try my best to respond to all your comments. If you want to support the things that we're doing here at the channel, we do have a web store where you can find the full line of Stream to See products. I'll drop a link for that in the description down below. Once again, I'm Larry from Channel Island Scuba. Thank you so much for watching. Safe and happy diving.